Hello everybody and welcome to another F1 Manager 24 video in today's stream/video. Oh my god, I've literally just started the stream and got a stream bot. Wow. Yes, I shall. Has that counted as a follower as well? I don't even know. Yes, I shall just quickly remind us of what's going on. Inbox, we've hired George Russell for next season. We have some cross cap is decreased. We have the most modern car we can have. I'm going to deny the budget, unfortunately. I'd love to do that, but they've picked a bit of a tough period. But I'm going to go for 9th and 9th with both cars in race day, and I shall see you there.
Welcome to the United States Grand Prix. We're in Austin, but there are no wild cowboys on the track this weekend, just some serious horsepower. It's sure to be a race to remember.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. And with round 19 kicking off, teams can almost see the finish line of the season.
Stay with us then.
It's round 14 actually, mate.
Underway.
And that is the end of FP2. Got quite a lot done. Leclerc P1, Norris P2, Tsunoda P3, Russell, Piastri, Hamilton, Suzuka, Lawson, Sainz and Djokovic. And I apologise, it's been such a long time since the last episode, but I've been really enjoying putting content out on the Simulator channel. Mega Simulator came, which is up to 312 subscribers, so be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Perez on 59% track acclimatization, Bottas on 64. It's Hamilton, Verstappen, Alonso, Norris, Piastri, Russell, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Stroll, and I think that was Leclerc in your top 10. Yes, it was. I shall see you at the end of FP3. Sit rep at the end of free practice 2. Got everything we need done. Got a lot of track acclimatization. I can't remember how much we are last and second to last, but don't look into that too much. Kick, who is it that's still yet to score this season? Kick, Haas and Alpine. Haas are looking good to say they haven't scored all season. And Alpine are actually looking quite crap, and so Kick's Albert. But Haas, to say they haven't scored all season, aren't looking too bad. But yeah, we are hopefully going to continue our pace, and it was Verstappen, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Piastri, Norris, Russell, Lawson, Alonso, Antonelli and Behrman, your top 10, and we got 100% acclimatization with both cars, 100% car satisfaction, car parts knowledge, 99% setup satisfaction for Bottas, and 93% for Perez. So it's 96% confidence for Perez, 99% confidence for Bottas. Let's head into qualifying.
Our weekend continues with qualifying, as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
The session will be divided into Q1, Q2 and Q3. With the slowest 5 drivers eliminated from each period, their best times will determine the grid for the upcoming race.
Now we've got the Haas driver there. Karun, how are they going to be feeling today?
The main thing on my mind was their speed in practice. They just weren't that fast. But was that down to the driver, the car, the team experimenting? We don't know, and we'll just have to see how they fare in qualifying.
And you're right. Well, it's nearly time for qualifying.
I don't know which team is talking about them, but I hope he wasn't talking about our team. And yeah, we were technically experimenting a little bit. We have 2 sets of soft suspension. We need to make it through in Q1 on just 1 lap, and Q2 on 2, and then Q3 on 2 as well. But at no point will we have 2 fresh runs in this. I doubt it, unless we make it through on the fresh run in Q2. But new ERS, new engine for Perez, new gearbox as well, so it's a full new engine set for Perez, which I was trying to save for Vegas, but do you know what, Austin has some long straights too. Bottas basically new ERS, brand spanking new engine, and it is going to be a fairly a used gearbox, but not like a worn gearbox. But let's head in to qualifying. Also, we need to try and do a good time to try and get through. Doohan is locked up at turn 11. We've got a fairly clean track, which isn't always the case here at Austin, as I found out in 2 previous attempts to do this qualifying session. I only restart it when they block like they wouldn't in real life, because like it's just ridiculous sometimes the blocking in this game. Perez does a 24.5 in the first sector, Bottas does a 24.5 as well. 200 slower was Sergio Perez, and even though he's got the completely fresh engine in the second sector, Perez does a 36.9, Bottas does a 37.0. So there's not much between them. I want to say there might be a tenth in Perez's favour. He's going to come round the final corner, up towards the line. What's going to be? He's going to go P2 for Sergio Perez, and Bottas going to go P6. Wow, Sergio, was that a lap and a half? Hamilton is going to come around and finish his lap, but I don't think he needs to be honest. Is he going to flex on all of us and go pole? No, he takes P2 off Perez. It's Norris, Hamilton, Perez, the top 3 in Q1, and it's Sainz, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Bortoleto, Behrman and Doohan, the bottom 6. Why has Valtteri got a penalty? What? Where could he have possibly incurred a grid penalty? Okay, he shouldn't have any penalty. I've not spent any money to get new components. That's such a shame, but yeah, I've sent them out quite close to each other. This is only a scrub lap, so this won't be a representative time by any stretch of the imagination. If it is, that'd be nice. 24.5 and 24.4. So Bottas is doing well with the slipstream. Should do even better down this second straight. Blinding sun glare from the sunset in Austin, Texas. And Bottas is right up Perez's bum crack. 37.2 for Perez. 36.7 for Bottas. 6.7, 6.7. And round the last couple of corners they go, round turn 19, round turn 20, up towards the line, and it is going to be Bottas's lap is half a second quicker. So that is the end of Q2. It is Max Verstappen first, Alonso, Leclerc, Bottas, Tsunoda, Piastri, Norris, Russell, Perez, Antonelli. And we were only 2/10 off the drop zone in the end, so that was a bold decision from me, but a decision that paid off nonetheless, and we now have a fresh set for race day. Will be a fresh for the second run, because I don't want to use 2 fresh sets, because often you don't find improvement on the second run, and that's just a waste of tyres when I can keep them spare for us a race if there was a safety car or something. But Perez coming through turn 1, turn 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and all that jazz. Let's check the map. Oh, the map hasn't got the corner numbers, that's a shame. But yeah, Perez is doing a 24.8 in the first sector, so 4/10 down on last session. Bottas 2 or 3/10 down on last session, I can't remember. But he hasn't got a slipstream this time. But yeah, we just need a lap. Just need a lap on the board. Doesn't need to be competitive, but for around sector 2, Perez's middle sector is a 37.6, Bottas is a 37.3. So Bottas is nearly a second down, or probably is a second down this time in the second session. Perez does a 33.3, and Bottas is going to come round the final corner up to the line. And one thing that's always nice in Q3 is there's never really a threat of traffic because everybody is always fast. But these new tyres should be 7/10 quicker, which would put Bottas P3. And it would put Perez 1.5 off, so it put him P4, which would be nice, but I would hope we'd get a bit closer. Bottas does a 24.4, Perez does a 24.5. Leclerc hasn't set a lap in Q3, he's opting to save the tyres, which is weird because you get a free set in Q3, and if you don't use them you have to hand them back anyway, so bit of a bizarre choice from Ferrari, but I'm no one to judge. 36.9. which is very, very good from Bottas. 36.9 as well from Perez. Bottas going to come round the 2 final corners, up towards the line. What's going to be? Can he launch himself onto the front row? He can't. He goes P3. That's still very good though. Where can Prez go? It's P4. Everybody just seems to find this extra leg in Q3, but down to P5 and 6. Russell comes in. What can Alonso do? Who overtook us? It was a Red Bull. Alonso, that sounds to me a lot like an in-lap. And it is. So it's going to be P5 and P6 on the grid for the... oh no, it's not. It's going to be P8 and P5 on the grid because of a BS penalty. But let's see what we can do. It's the 2 Red Bulls, 2 McLarens, 1 of our cars, the Aston Martin, 2 Mercedes, and then 1 of our cars again. Let's head into race day.
We're not far off now here in Austin as the drivers ready themselves for this 56-lap race.
The Circuit of the Americas is definitely a track that rewards bravery on the brakes, just like when Lewis Hamilton passed Sebastian Vettel unbelievably late here to take the win in 2012.
The track in Austin is a contradiction. It's high speed, but drivers need a decent amount of downforce to make good on overtaking. Having the grip to outbrake opponents here is key. The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
Yeah, let's hope none of our drivers do an Oscar Piastri down at turn 1. And let's see what... 5 place? So they have given him a penalty for a gearbox. But that's bollocks. We had that gearbox. We have 2 sets of hards and 2 sets of mediums.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. As we get to this race, our focus shifts to Valtteri Bottas.
Just sitting inside the points places, they need to defend well and look to push hard where possible.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. Here we go. It's the United States Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And indeed it is lights out and away we go. And Sergio Perez looks to have gotten a decent start from P5. We're just going to put both drivers on high risk overtake. Bottas looks like he's also got a good start from P10. But let's head on with Perez. See if he can get anything down the inside into turn 1. Nothing coming of it. Bottas down to P11. That is not what we need. We need places gained, not lost. He's lost 1 to Lance Stroll. I couldn't think of anyone worse to lose a place to at such an early point in this race. Colin Valtteri. Tsunoda's lost DRS on Max, which is a bit mental. It's lap 1. Perez overtakes Piastri. Let's have a look at that. Down the inside. Nice little driver's POV here. Can't really see any of the overtake, but oh well. I'd love it if Stroll could break the gap and then we could get Antonelli, then get after... Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Antonelli's on the hards, that's why. So we're going to get Antonelli and we're going to get the DRS to push onwards, or at least we should do. Yep, we do. And then hopefully we can get past Stroll, and job is a good one. Everybody... I wouldn't have picked the mediums. Okay, we've got him. Not the best place in the world to get him, but... Okay, we did get the DRS as well. Right, let's run away. I have a feeling a lot of these race highlights are just going to be the DRS straights. But hey, Piastri is going to go down the inside on Perez. Anybody else behind? No. In fact, we have got Alonso out of DRS. Let's keep it that way, please. And we have got Alonso out of DRS, I think, which is exactly what we needed. Did we do it? Yes, we got him out of DRS, so that's cool. Let's use more ERS and really get him away. These guys, Norris and Tsunoda. And Piastri goes down the inside, shoves us off. That is an aggressive move. Obviously he's not liking something that has happened between those two.
Right then,
Leclerc is not having a good race today.
Let's have a look as we go into the 13th corner. Struggling with the car. And hopefully there's not too much damage to the tyres.
Is it this lap for Perez? Yeah. Hards, obviously, for Perez. In comes Valtteri Bottas, who's going to have 2 slow stints to end his race. But 2 quick stints. We don't normally give him this strategy. It's normally the other way around. 2.4 pit stop, nice. Out just behind Alonso, who we were behind originally, and out just in front of Antonelli, which is good because I was expecting to be behind him. Again, about where Stroll is, I need to be in front of the V-carbs ideally. But we are the first out of the top guys to pit, apart from Verstappen. 2.5 second pit stop, which is jolly good, and that will put us out in front of Lawson just. Valtteri Bottas has DRS, he's going to go past Esteban Ocon down the inside in the straight. That is a nice solid move, and up into P11. He's got a lot of traffic, but he's negotiating it a lot better than what he would have done if he had hards. Hamilton and Piastri come into the pits. Piastri for a set of mediums, Hamilton for a set of mediums as well. Piastri is going to come out quite a bit further behind Perez and on a softer compounder tyre, however. And Hamilton is going to come out behind Bottas, which is good.
Down to
the pits, at the moment,
there's been a hold up.
We are... Oh, what's going on there? There's 2 cars in front of Bottas. Everybody else he'll jump. So, 1, 2... So Bottas is net P7 and Perez is net P2. He's really up. Norris comes into the pits from his soft compound tyre. Yellow flag. Do not cause a safety car or virtual safety car, or even a red flag. Antonelli has spun. Norris onto a set of mediums. Obviously, it just come off the soft. Sonoda's probably going to go very much longer because he's on the hards. Norris is out just behind Perez, but in front of Piastri. Hopefully those 2 can share and get away from Piastri. Although DRS, fuel, pushing all of the stuff down the inside on Piastri and up into P3 for Perez. Let's just tail that back for Bottas. Let's watch Bottas come in for his stop. Let's use a bit more ERS of Perez. We're only 6 tenths away, 5 tenths away. We're going to stop using battery. And we are going to come into the pits with Bottas. It's a 2.3 second stop. It's a quick stop. And we are going to be out. It's the second fastest pit stop of the weekend. We're going to be out 3 seconds behind Russell, which will probably be about 5 once tyres have warmed up, with quite a bit of clean air, which is nice. And he just needs to sort of push into that gap and reaffirm his place. Perez at all, if we can avoid it, obviously. Sonoda is going to go down the inside. What a move. Shoves Piastri off, Piastri style, which is brilliant. He's going to go down the inside, try and get us before the final corner. He is going to get us before the final corner. We're going to put some power down. Multiple cars have crashed. There's a yellow flag. Crash involving multiple cars.
Now we're watching Esteban Ocon here. Cutting it so close. And not just one car involved in that, as you can see.
Oh dear, that was sloppy from Ocon. In Haas's home Grand Prix as well. So he's going to come in and he's going to take DRS away from Piastri. I'm not actually sure how it, but he comes into the pits for a set of the hard compound tyres, and I'm hoping he'll be out. Maybe in front of Alonso, if not definitely behind Hamilton at most. Into the pits. Oh, it's going to be close, you know. He's not going to quite do it, but it wasn't far off. Ooh. Oh, I reckon no fighting with Tsunoda and we'd have got it. Let's go. He's there. He's there for the taking, Perez. He's there. Around the outside he's going to go. What can he do? All the way around the outside on Lewis Hamilton. That is an amazing move. And he should have DRS on Fernando Alonso. Behrman and Bortoletto are in the pits, and we are currently P6 and P9. Don't get him before the DRS detection, please.
Not a good stop.
Now Perez is going to get Alonso up into P5. He's got DRS and he's got ERS to use. Oh yes, why wasn't I looking?
We're taking the second corner. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Shoves him off Piastri style. Here we go. Valtteri Bottas on Lewis Hamilton. Tyres, fuel, battery, all of the good stuff, up into P6, and Russell actually creeped back into this train, which I didn't notice. And Hamilton's tyres are spent. Piastri comes into the pits. Perez is only 10 seconds behind him, so I'm hoping there'll be quite the gap. Verstappen sets fastest lap. A lot is going on here. Piastri is going to come out hopefully behind Valtteri Bottas, but I don't see that happening. Hamilton comes into the pits. Bottas take battery off. And Bottas is just out behind Piastri. Yeah, Norris comes in, which is good because Perez is getting quite close to him. Yeah, now he's going to have a couple of laps undercut on Perez, and he goes for the hard, so he's going for a similar strategy as Bottas. Nice. He's out a couple of seconds behind Bottas. Andre Stang, currently P3. Verstappen overtakes Tsunoda, and Tsunoda does not pit. Tsunoda has a puncture. Tsunoda has a puncture at the worst possible. Oh, why didn't they pit? That's why Verstappen overtook him, because Tsunoda got a puncture. Okay, well, soon enough. Here we go. Here comes Perez past Tsunoda. Yeah, there he goes. Up to P2. We're now definitely in the fight for a podium. And Bottas caught him at the worst possible place. Bottas almost punting him out of the way. Lando also got caught up a bit in that. Let's just check with lap times what everyone's doing. Verstappen's going quick right now, man. What's he doing this lap? 37.9. Saying that, Perez is quicker. Just crazy. 38.0.
It will be soon.
Okay.
38.0, what does Piastri do? 38.7, so we gained 7 tenths on Piastri. And there was not much difference between Piastri and Bottas. Right, in comes Valtteri Bottas. There is also another car in the pits, that is Oliver Bearman. In he comes to the pit lane, in we come to the pit lane. Decent stop, 2.6, that's good enough to do the job. And we are going to be out in front of Hamilton and Alonso just about again. Perez about to come into the pit lane. And he shall hopefully come out in P... Well, I'd love to say 2, but that's not going to happen. Okay, he's going to be a fair way behind. That's doable. That is so doable in 11 laps. 4 seconds. Let's attack on these to get them up to temp quickly. Let's put it on conserve. Really chill out. Chill the temps. And again, banzai it.
And just a
This
reminder.
wasn't the last time we filmed one of these. Might be a bit difficult. In fact, last time I made one of these, it was a while ago, so Piastri probably had his fairly decent lead on the championship, and I thought, nah, it's impossible Lando ever gets this back. How wrong we were. There we go. Broken DRS. But, you know, he's coming in. Why would he come in? Is that going to be the end of Hamilton? It is going to be the end of Hamilton's race. Hamilton's race is over. Let's not push fuel with Bottas, please. I want both cars home. Do you know what? Bottas gave it a bloody good shot on Piastri. A really good shot.
Over the finish line.
Max wins the Grand Prix.
Today's winner.
Only 19 seconds behind, which is good considering pit stop behind basically the whole race. Perez P2.
And checkered flag.
And Bottas going to come
P2,
across the
nice
line
job.
to take
Good
P4.
job, guys.
So
Good job,
18
guys. Well done.
plus 10
Well
points.
managed. Good job.
Hamilton still gets a point out of
And
that, by the
P0,
way.
please. P0.
Beats his teammate despite doing one less lap than him.
Okay, that's the
But yeah, it's going to be 18 plus 10, 28 points for the team, and a massive step towards Lewis Hamilton for Valtteri
Thanks,
Bottas in
guys.
the Drivers'
Congrats.
Championship.
The Red Bull team are going to be celebrating tonight, I bet. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Constructors' Champions.
And what a truly dominant display we've seen this season. I don't think it was ever in doubt.
And onto the podium goes Sergio Perez, and he's certainly in good company there.
They've scored their 6th podium of the season. It's proving to be a strong year.
So, ladies and gentlemen, your podium. for the United States Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And with that, our time in Texas now draws to a close.
The next round of the season will see Formula One return to the States as the glitz and the glamour of Las Vegas awaits.
Cannot wait for that Las Vegas Grand Prix with these fresh engines, but we were the only driver in the top that started in the top 10 to gain places. Bottas started 10th, finished 5th, which is where he qualified, which makes me wonder what he could have done in the race without that BS penalty that we didn't even get, but hey. And Perez went from 5th to 2nd, which is good for all the points, and we got the fastest lap, which is nice. Yeah, so Perez is P3 and he's gaining on Norris. He's only 9 points away. It's not impossible considering Norris had 3 wins, we've had none. We've had less podiums, so we've just been more consistent than everyone else. And it's only 7 points between Hamilton and Bottas in the Drivers' Championship as well. So I reckon 6th is on the table, and I reckon 2nd is on the table. And Constructors, nothing really is on the table here, because I don't see us ever getting McLaren. But we scored the same amount of points as Red Bull, and we got P2 in the Pit Stop Championship, which puts us above Alpine, and we could solidify P4 there as well. But yeah, 1/10 off best and 0 points. So we must have had the 11th fastest pit stop. That would have been annoying. Can you find out? Nah. 2.391, 2.394. Yes, we missed another point by 5 thousandths basically. 1.6 million in the bank account. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed the stream and the video, and I shall see you all next time. In knowing my upload schedule, probably another 4 months for the United States Las Vegas Grand Prix, and then we have Montreal as the penultimate round and Sao Paulo as the season finale. But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye for now.